Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Emily and I am the Science Studio on Teachers Pay Teachers. Today I'm going to talk to you about my February 2024 income report and some of the things that have increased my sales from January into February. So one of the things that I have really dove into is looking at my product statistics and seeing which ones are my top sellers. So on the store icon on the TPT site, if you click that and you go down to product statistics, it will tell you sales and activity and some other really important information. So in the sales tab, it will tell you the number of resources sold, and it will also show you a conversion rate. This conversion rate is how many people click your item, end up buying the item. So the higher the conversion rate or the higher the percent, that means the people that actually land on your product are more likely to purchase it. Another thing that I like to look at is the page activity. So it tells you the number of page views that your resource has had, how many people have clicked on your product preview, and how many times it has been wish listed. With all this information, I have made a list of some of my top selling items. So I want to know, leave a comment, what are your top selling items? And we can see if they are similar or if they're different. So my top selling products are going to be my tried and true PowerPoints and notes. And I think one of the reasons I have a high conversion rate and I have a high number of items sold for those is because of the amount of time I actually put into my PowerPoints and notes. And I don't feel like a lot of teachers have this extra time to really make quality PowerPoints and note. If they are specifically a lecture class. So because I teach science, there are a lot of science sellers already on TPT. So I have seen some of these resources. When I was teaching in the classroom, I would sometimes buy some of these resources. But when I've looked for a resource, I have kind of seen that they're not as rigorous as I need them to be. I also teach AP Physics, and so some of the math and some of the concepts are really hard, and I don't see a lot of that on TPT. And so one of the things that I really pride myself on is to make sure my content is a little bit more rigorous. And I think that's one of the things that has set me apart. Now, I think looking at your product statistics and seeing how your products are doing is really important. So like if you have a product that's been wish listed a lot of times, maybe you can go back and see, is it priced too high? Do you need to add something? Or trying to figure out what is that missing piece from getting it wish listed to the purchased items. Another place you can look to get some of this data is going to be on the TPT app. So if you go on the TPT app and you click last purchased, it will show you your top 30-day trending items. And so I really like to use that one a lot because it shows you 30 days specifically compared to the product statistic that's going to be your overall time. When I'm making my list for what I need to make for the next month, I am looking at the products that I'm consistently selling and then figuring out how I can either change the content and make it the same structure or add on to that content. And so if I add on to that content, okay, well then I can make a bundle, which is funny because when I was a teacher in the classroom, I would never buy bundles. I was a $5 and under type of teacher. I was not going to spend more than $5 on a product. But it's important to know that not all buyers are like yourself. And so you can have a wide range of things to offer in your store. So you're making sure you have those teachers that are like myself and only want to spend $5. Or maybe there's a new teacher and they really need 2 to 3 weeks, maybe a month of material. And so they need to have that bundle. Now, if you don't have a big seller on your product statistics, I wouldn't say don't just make those anymore. It's okay to still make things, but also make sure you are putting time into making the products that are currently selling or the types of products that are currently selling in your store. To wrap it up, for February of 2024, I made a total of $220. I sold 65 units, which is a $50, actually over $50 increase from what I made in January. In January, I did become a premium seller. And so I've only been a premium seller for the last 2 months, January and February. Now, I did have my store prior to becoming a premium seller for about a year, but I did not take TPT seriously like I am doing now. One of these days, I'm going to make a video on what my store looked before and what were some of the resources I had and the complete renovation of what my resources look now. I think in 2023, I made maybe $200, $300 as an entire year. So just from the few changes that I've done, and I have talked about it before on my channel, but I'm going to make some more videos. of how I have really increased my income with TPT. And from the trends of it, I'm hoping to continue making more each month. If you have found this video helpful, please subscribe to my channel and leave a comment letting me know what you would like to learn next.